Hello, everyone. Okay, that was a really terrible intro. Let me start again. Hello, everybody. I am here, and it is a Thursday here on BookTube, and that means it's time for me to make a video. And I know that was really weird intro, whatever. I am trying really hard to get myself through this video because this is one of the hardest reviews I'm doing so far. And it is for the book Paper Towns by John Green. You saw the freaking title. I don't know why I had to do that, but hello everybody. I am here on a Thursday on Bookmarks to say I'm doing a book review on a book that Emily has already talked about on this channel, and I have to talk about it because I was gonna read it anyways, and I was just like, I have to make a book review. I just have to. So it's for Paper Towns by John Green, and you saw the title, so I don't know why I did that. But I want to start off saying this is a hard book review for me to do, mainly because I honestly do not know my whole opinion about this book. Start off saying with the author, I enjoy what John Green brings up in his books. I've already read Fault in Our Stars. I just read Paper Towns during the time that the movie comes out, but I don't think I'm in a rush to watch the movie. I'm okay with just waiting until it's on Netflix or something like that. I'm gonna give it a rating. I'm gonna give it a 3.5 out of 5 stars. Now this is wholeheartedly my opinion, okay? Mainly because I was pushed into some hype, and I hate when I'm being pushed into some hype, and I hate when I'm being told what's gonna happen. So I avoided watching commercials on TV about the movie. I avoided Emily's video about it. I avoided everything so I can just read it and just see what happens. Now the characters like Radar and Ben, I got off at a good start with them. Margot kind of pissed me off. I'm sorry. And Q, he was just all over the place, and I don't even really know what to say about him. I mean, he's the main character, he's the narrator, so you're supposed to have an opinion about him, but I don't know my opinion about him. I don't know what to think about him because it just went all over the place for me, and I felt like, I don't know, he tried a lot to get to Margot, and then it was for like almost nothing. He did realize what the main message of the book was before he even saw Margot. So, like I said, 3.5 out of 5 stars. I did like the topics. I like when he was reading women in poetry and trying to like solve some puzzle pieces. That was fun reading. But everything else kind of dragged on. I was just like, okay, either find Margot or not. And then I was just like, okay, you're going to too many places. You're describing these places as if I care about them. And I mean, I'm not trying to sound like a brat or anything, but it kind of bored me. And I was just like, what's the point? Thank you, air conditioning, for doing that. I was just like, what's the point about listening to these places unless they have an actual like correlation to the story? That's the whole point. I'm reading the story for a story. I honestly like The Fault in Our Stars a little more than Paper Towns, and I didn't even really like the movie that much. I mean, it was cute, but like whatever. I feel like I always have the unpopular opinions with popular stuff. So yeah, I'm just gonna go to the spoiler part because I'm honest. So his crush on her from the beginning was kind of weird to me. I mean, oh god. Let me just tell you guys, I was up till 12 trying to finish this book, and I didn't even finish it. Like at 12, I realized I still had an hour to read left because I read like 10 pages an hour. Wow. I read 10 pages in 10 minutes. So I was like, okay, I have 62 pages left, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to stay up till 1 a.m. wasting my life on this book. I'm going to wait until tomorrow morning. And so that's what I did. And I'm really tired because it's actually 12 It's actually 12:02 right now. So yeah, thank you for Emily for letting me borrow this book, but I just forced myself to read it the whole time. I didn't feel any happiness about it. I hate that he missed prom. I know he didn't want prom, but I wish like he could have at least enjoyed some part of it. Like and then Margot didn't even like make him have to do that. Like, oh, that's an unpopular opinion. I'm not gonna say that anymore. I kind of hate that they missed graduation as well. Like, it wasn't even like what she was trying to do. They just did it on themselves. They thought that was the only thing necessary to get to Mario in time, and it turned out that like she didn't even want to find them and everything. And I was just like, really? You made them miss prom and graduation for that? And it's just, oh my god, I'm so tired. Drinking coffee, and you guys can't see it, but I apologize for me looking so bad, because this book had me up very late last night. I am very sorry. I do not have a very good opinion about this book, and I apologize for that. I did not love the book. The book was okay. The story overall was I feel like nothing really happened except for, you know, they talked about the character, right? The characters and everybody. They had one night that was special, and I thought that was the interesting part. I thought, like, what is after this part? If there's anything after this part, I don't feel like it has any meaning to the story. And so the whole part was just fighting Margot, and it had no point for me, and I was just like, this is just, why is this even part of the book? I'm sorry. I really like, okay, I may not like John Green's story, but I do really love his writing and what ideas he brings into the book, such as the poetry that he put in. I recognize that he put the bell jar in it, and I did read another book with the bell jar mentioned, and I was just like, oh my god, I'm freaking out. And I do like poetry. I do like deep, meaningful writing, and John Green has a lot about that, and he has a lot of references to that, but there's a thing as too much metaphors, there's a thing as too much overdoing it in a story that nothing is even happening. Like, honestly, what was his name? Q was just looking everywhere for her, and there was like so much irrelevant things that he looked for, and I just felt like that wasn't necessary to actually be in the book. And, you know, I kind of just felt like I did get emotionally into it. I did get invested into it, because, you know, he was talking about the end of high school, and it got me thinking, like, I have 2 more years after this year, and it's kind of like scary and stuff. And then it got me thinking, like, do I want to go to college? Yeah, I want to go to college. I mean, I want to get as much education as I want, but like, this book was trying to mess with me, and I didn't like it. John Green, I love the guy, because I've watched him before. I have heard him talk, I've seen him and everything, and I've admired him for his work and for his completely amazing concepts. I love thinking with him, because he understands my thinking, but his story just disappointed me. His story was not one of my favorites, and I think that's completely okay. If you love the story, I'm completely okay with that. But for me, it just didn't work out. I didn't love it. I didn't feel like it. I was expecting a little more. I felt like I could have gotten like, oh, I love this book. But no, I didn't love it. It was okay. If you really like this book, tell me what you really liked about it. Like, what did you like a main character and what their message was towards the story? I liked Lacey a lot. Like, Lacey was one of my favorite characters. I really hated Marco's parents. I felt like at some point I just referred Margot as to me, and that's kind of weird, because we all have those feelings and thoughts and of expressing ourselves, of leaving our whole lives and just completely starting over, completely just going somewhere new. And I liked that. It just felt like it dragged out a lot about Margot, and it just, like, his obsession with her eventually got really boring, and it didn't get. I didn't. If he was trying to make it like romantic, or if he was trying to make it as if he really cared about Margot, it kind of just felt a little weird to me at the end. It was a good, okay story. Um, he does the thing where there's no official ending. So like in The Fault in Our Stars, I'm sorry, this whole thing is a spoiler part. So like if you don't go away right now, it's kind of hard. In The Fault in Our Stars, like it was just her like reading a note and that was it, and that was like the end. And then for this one, it was just them kissing, and then like what was the end? Hold on. I literally just read it like 5 minutes ago. Almost see her perfectly in this cracked darkness. I was just like, so you finally like, you get to see her in this other different perspective. So I was just like, oh, okay. Literally, I felt like I read that book for nothing. There was no point in me reading that book except for checking it off in the books I read of John Green and the books of this year. So I want you guys to tell me about your opinions about the book. I honestly feel like I butcher some of these books in my books review, and I hope you don't think that, because John Green, I really do like his writing. I really do like his thinking and what he says and everything, because he's a very great man and his ideas are really awesome. I really like connecting and like having debates with him in my mind. I know that's weird. That is really weird. Let me not. I don't know if I'm gonna keep that in the video. But I hope you guys at least enjoyed something about this video. I hope you do not just click away from this channel just because I'm a little harsh on the book. I hate books that drag on, and this book did drag on. And I'm not going to stop reading John Green. There are still more books that I'm definitely going to read about him. But just Paper Towns was, you know, off the list and never gonna read it again. So maybe I'll read it again like way later in my life and maybe rethink about it. But right now, at this moment in time, I didn't feel like I liked it as much as I should have. So like I said, 3.5 stars. And I'm really generous with the half part because I felt like it could be a 4, but 4 stars means that I really, really liked the story and I didn't. So it's a 3.5. So yeah. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys come back next week. Go check out Emily on Tuesdays and go check out her book review. I'm gonna go actually see it. Yeah. Thank you for watching. Bye.